Hello, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for joining me. Today I'm here to plan out my week on my Ink and Bolt daily planning pad. I'm not quite running out yet, but I'm getting kind of low on pages and starting to think about what's next, if I'm gonna buy another one of these or try and hunt down a different one. If you've been watching these weekly plan with me's, this is the week of March 28th, by the way. There are things I love about this planning pad and there's things that I don't love about it. I wish that it had a Saturday and Sunday section, but I love that there are half hours, and that's the biggest ones. And I like the paper. I like the quality of the paper. So if I could find something that had the half hours but also had Saturday and Sunday, that would be ideal, but I have not been able to find that yet. So as always, I use this top section for to-dos. This is something else that if another version had it, that would be great, but is not really a deal breaker. I just always seem to have a couple day specific to-dos, but they're the same every single week. So there's probably a better way for me to organize that. I just haven't found it yet. So on Mondays, I practice for dance and update my Calendly. On Wednesdays, I also practice for dance and I schedule lattes with Laken. A couple other things that I have this week that are day specific. I need to get to the UPS store today. And then on is Thursday the last day of the month? Yeah. So I need to do my workout plan because the calendar that I follow, which is from a Facebook group called Hardcore on the Floor, gets posted the last day of the month. And so I can do that on Thursday. And then on Fridays, I've been watering my plant. So I'm just gonna go ahead and put that down on Friday. But that's it in terms of scheduled stuff for the rest of this week. So it's actually Monday when I'm filming this. In an ideal world, I do usually set this up on Sundays, but some Sundays it just doesn't happen depending on what other things I have going on. And especially when I'm filming them, I try not to work on Sundays unless it's pre-planned in advance. So it is actually already Monday when I am filming this, and I also already slept in today. I wish I could say it was because I stayed up late watching the Oscars or watching basketball. It was neither of those things. I just really needed some extra sleep. So I usually mark off my AM routine first, and then I'll go ahead and mark off my workout, which is part of my AM routine, but I just like seeing it written separately. And then I'll go ahead and do my PM routine. And then I'll go ahead and highlight. I'm only gonna drag the PM routine across to Thursday because I do have plans Friday night. So who knows what that means for my PM routine on Friday night. But then the morning stuff I will drag all the way over to Friday. And then I'm not gonna go ahead and highlight the to-do list section. I usually will makeshift that into Saturday and Sunday plans, but I actually don't have any plans right now for Saturday and Sunday, which is, I'm actually really looking forward to that because that is not true for the rest of April and was definitely not true in the month of March. So I'm just gonna leave this whole side blank this week for now. We'll see if I add something in later, but for now I'm gonna go ahead and leave it blank. All right, the other thing that I'm trying a little bit different this week is I'm actually removing my morning communication routine. By the way, I know that I am very, very, very behind on YouTube comments. Maybe by the time this video goes up, I will be all caught up, but I know that I am behind. And I saw that somebody asked me on my last two Plan With Me's, what is a communication routine? And I know I've explained it in a vlog before, which I will link if I can figure out which vlog that is. But essentially what it is I set aside time to respond to any comments, messages, DMs, emails, etc. that are on social media or part of the Patreon community. And this was a routine I actually started back when I still had my corporate job, because what was happening is I was feeling guilty for not responding to messages throughout the day, or I was responding to them and basically taking any break that I had to like respond to comments and DMs and things like that. So what I started doing was setting aside an hour each day to respond to all of those things. And it worked so well. When I started working for myself full time, I tried to split it up into two pieces and do a morning version and an evening version. And what I realized is that wasn't working for me. In the mornings, I like to get straight into work or straight into whatever I'm doing that day, and stopping to have a communication routine in the morning felt like it was slowing me down, but then I was feeling guilty for not doing it. So what I decided to do instead was move the two most important pieces of my morning communication routine, which is responding to the Patreon text and the Patreon Facebook group, and then responding to text in general, which also include one-on-one client texts. Those are the things that I don't want to wait until once a day. I want to give them twice a day that I sit and respond to those. So what I did instead was I moved just those two pieces of my communication routine into my morning routine. And then what I'm gonna go back to doing is doing a full hour in the afternoon/evening to hit everything else, Instagram, YouTube, emails, etc. Because those, I do feel like once a day is plenty for those. So that is kind of how I am tackling my communication routine. I'm trying it out this week for the first time, and we will see how it goes. So let's get back to planning out the week. This ended up taking all the way until 10 because, again, I slept in. And then this is what we're doing right now. I planned out my week in my Google Cal, and now I'm transferring it over into onto this notepad. And then I need to prep today's video. I never got around to doing that last week, so I need to go ahead and get that situated and ready to go. Then I have a pretty packed day of one-on-one calls. I have one at 12, one at 1, and then I have another one right at 1:30. Normally I don't have them that close together, but this call that I have at 1 is actually only a 15-minute call. It's something new that I just started offering to anybody who's worked with me one-on-one before. Once we've gone through the 8-week coaching program that I have set for one-on-one clients, if they need additional accountability on whatever goal it is that they're working on, there is an add-on that they can do that are 15-minute weekly calls that are just, again, accountability, checking in. What did you do last week? How did it go? What are the action steps for next week, etc. And so those can be a little bit closer together because that one-on-one call is only a 15-minute call. And then I have one last one at 2:30. So then I'm gonna go ahead and put my communication routine right here and do a full hour. And then I'm gonna do I'm just gonna write education. I have an online course that I purchased that I would like to spend some time on. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. I'm thinking I might actually go to a coffee shop near dance and kind of change up my environment for that. That's why I'm doing my communication routine first, and then I might like get ready, get dressed, go to a coffee shop near dance, and then do that. And then dance technically starts at 7, but I usually mark it off at 6 to give me enough time to get ready and commute over to Queens. All right, moving on to Tuesday. So well, I guess I'll just put it down here. I'm actually gonna grab drinks with a friend after dance tonight. There's a friend of mine that joined DanceWorks for the first time. I know her outside of DanceWorks, and we're not in any of the same dances, but we're there on the same night. And we always like cross paths on Monday. And finally last week we were like, we need to stop and hang out on a Monday night. So we're gonna do that Monday night, which means on Tuesday, I am most definitely going to end up sleeping in. So I'm just gonna draw an arrow down to here. I don't know what time I will end up getting ready, but I'm not gonna schedule anything, or getting up and getting moving, but I'm not gonna schedule anything in the morning just in case. Okay, and then I have a call with a organization at 11. Then I need to do the Instagram Q&A answers. I don't need to, but I would like to do those right after that. And then I am going to finish working on content. I did a lot of content batching last week, but if you watched last week's vlog, I got very behind, and so needed to definitely carry some of that over to this week. And what I think I'm gonna do, so I have a call at 3. I'm gonna go ahead and draw this arrow all the way down to 5 because I'm gonna do it before and after the call, and then I have a one-on-one call at 3. And then I'm gonna do my communication routine on Tuesday from 5 to 6, and then I'll be done for the day at 6. Okay, starting on Wednesday, I don't actually have like all of my time mapped out like I do earlier in the week. And part of that is how I'm approaching my business goals differently in Q1. If you watch my quarterly goals video that will be up by this point, I talk about that a little bit more. So what I am going to do is spend time on Wednesday morning working on like my business goals and figuring out like how I want to document that, like what I'm gonna do differently this quarter. I knew it wasn't gonna be my power sheets, but what I'm gonna do about it, I need some time to figure that out. So I'm gonna spend Wednesday morning doing that, and then that will kind of fill in likely what I do the rest of the week. I also on Wednesday at some point I'm gonna meal plan because you'll see on Thursday when I'm gonna go to the grocery store. Then on Wednesdays, always, I have lattes with Laken, and then I need to do the recap. And then I have a one-on-one call at 3. Then I'm gonna do my communication routine at 4. And then we'll see. We'll see if I try and squeeze in anything else business related or life related, check in on my goals. I mean, it's technically still March at this point. And then dances later on Wednesday nights. All right, moving on to Thursday. I actually have PT a little bit earlier this week. She needed to move it up to 8:30, which is totally fine. I will just sort of, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go to PT from 8:30 to 9:30. Then I'm gonna go to Trader Joe's afterwards. If you've been watching my Plan With Me's for the last couple months, I'm still trying to figure out the best time that I wanna go to the grocery store. Now that I work for myself, like I'm still trying to figure that out. But because Trader Joe's is on my way home from PT, it just makes sense to pair them up. And then I'm basically gonna just finish my morning routine, whatever I don't get done before PT, which I'm hoping is mostly just like showering and getting ready, but I'm gonna go ahead and draw that arrow down till noon. Then I don't have anything actually on my calendar until 3. I'm gonna do my communication routine from 3 to 4, and then I have a one-on-one call at 4 and another one at 5. And then that is it for Thursday. And then moving on to Friday, I realized I was giving myself 3 hours to do my Friday routines, and it really only ends up taking me about 2 hours to do all 3 if I do them all back to back, which last week I did it because I moved them up to Thursday. But I'm gonna go ahead and just write, instead of writing all 3 of them separately, I'm just gonna write Friday routines and draw an arrow to give me 2 hours. And then I'm gonna go ahead and do my communication routine earlier in the day from 11 to 12. And then I want to try and always take time on Friday to like clean up my office and really like reset it for the following week. Then I'm also trying a new thing this week where I don't work Friday afternoons, because I do always end up doing some work on the weekends. And so I'm trying to just make sure, I learned this from Cindy, is like she typically will work on Sundays. So she's still trying to have 2 full days off a week. It just is half day Fridays, Saturday, and half the day Sundays. And so even though I don't have any planned work this weekend, I'm still trying to figure out like taking Fridays off. And then I actually have a dance event on Friday night, just a happy hour with one of my dances. So go ahead and write that in. Oh, I also forgot that I scheduled lunch with a friend on Friday. Okay, I don't know. We said we would get lunch on Friday because she's gonna be in the office. She lives on Long Island. She's gonna be in the office on a Friday, like in Manhattan, and so we were gonna grab lunch. We didn't actually pick a time. So I'm gonna just go ahead and write that at 1. But if we end up doing that earlier, and then I will clean my office afterwards, that's totally fine. I totally forgot about that. I'm so excited. Okay, so that is it for the week. Again, some empty spaces here, but really spending time on Wednesday on my business goals will help me figure out what I want to put there. And also, if I don't get through all the content tomorrow, I want to make sure that I have some empty space to finish that before the new month starts on Friday. That is going to be it for this video. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up. If you're new here, please click that subscribe button. I upload new videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday focused on helping you achieve your goals. Thank you so much for watching. Actually not, I usually highlight, why can't I get that right? The lighting is not my friend today. It's just weirdly bright now.